They are from your community, G. So it's a very silly comment, but this is going to be a serious but quick response video. They're not from the same community as me. It just so happens that we share the same skin color. Community has got nothing to do with skin color. It's more to do with your ideology and the way you think. It just so happens that a lot of people who think the same have the same skin color. Human beings were social creatures and that. So therefore, the people that we hang around with, more than likely, are going to have the same sort of mindset as us. Let me just break down something about community and ideology, and it's got nothing to do with skin color and that. You could have two separate white people, but if one is a banker or a lawyer, and the other one is some goth emo person, they are not a part of the same community. Yeah, on a DNA level, they are pretty much the same, but they are not of the same community. Myself and those people in that video there, we are nothing alike. It's got nothing to do with the twerking or nothing like that. Forget about that. I'm just talking about the other people. Most black people, they are urban people and they are into, you know, the luxury lifestyle and that, and most of them are broke and that. I don't fit into that. I don't care about drip. I promise you, the majority of people in that function there, they care about the new Moncler jacket that's coming out. They care about the new LV sliders that are coming out. The gal them there, they care about wearing red bottoms and that. I don't care about no drip. I don't care about driving a Mercedes. I don't care about none of that stuff. So although I look like them, our ideologies are totally different. Do you know the reason why there's a thing called culture clash? If you might have a black man that's dating, I don't know, an Asian girl or something like that, or a black man that's dating a white girl, or an Asian man dating a white chick. The reason why there's a culture clash, it's not because of different skin color and that. It's different ideologies and thought patterns. What certain people flex with, other people don't. For example, if you're an Asian person watching this right now, you would probably have a problem with your Jamaican neighbors burning weed. I would. I'm Jamaican. I don't smoke weed. Of recently, we got a new neighbor. So the people them next door moved out. And I said to my girl, because I wasn't sure who was coming next door. Now, thankfully, it's not a council house, because then you could get any old ragamuffin moving in next door. Thankfully, next door is privately owned. So more than likely, it's going to be rented out privately, or a homeowner is going to go and live there. I said to my girl, anyhow, whoever comes next door thinks that they're going to be burning weed or playing loud music, we're going to have a fucking problem. Trust me, I've had to run up in my neighbour's house before because they're being disrespectful. I said to her, if I had to choose out of two, like if I had to choose one out of the two, neighbours burning weed or playing loud, excessive music, like, you know, like when the walls are shaking and that, or just, I hate hearing thumping sounds. Guys will pull up on my estate in the middle of the night, and at some point I have to go out there and tell them to turn the music down. They will pull up and they're conscious that it's 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and they will keep the volume down, but the thumping noise from the bass, it pisses me off. So I'm not even talking about some crazy roof shaking sort of music and that. Anyway, I told my girl, anyhow they think they're going to be playing loud music or burning weed, we're going to have a fucking problem. If I had to choose one of them, I would choose the weed. I'm not coming home from work and listening to the wall shake. No fucking way. We're going to have a serious problem. I ain't not getting nicked again. That's what it will have to be. I don't know. For some reason, I just hate loud music and that. Plus, my girl works here as well, so there's no way anyone's disturbing my girl from working. This is a quiet neighborhood for the most part, so no one's coming here and they're going to be disrupting my peace. I'm like an old man and that. And you would think, yeah, being the only black man on my block for the most part, you would think that I would be the one that would be burning weed and playing loud music. I don't do none of that bullshit. None of my neighbors ever hear me play music because I don't. You got to have respect for other people. Like I said before, community has got nothing to do with skin color. Have you ever met a white man before and you're like, bro, this guy's like a black man? Yeah, he might be from Tottenham or Brixton or Peckham or whatever. You're like, but this guy's like a black man. I've met a few white men. And to me, them man, they're like black man. Yeah, it's because of the community that they grow up around. It's got nothing to do with their skin color. I'll give you a prime example. And one time I was watching a podcast. It was the RTM podcast. I ain't watched it in a long time. So I'm watching it in my bedroom, and my girl is walking past, and then she comes into the bedroom. And on the RTM podcast, the best episode I've seen was with Skinny Man, a white man from Leeds. Yeah. My girl comes into the room, and obviously she can hear the TV and she can hear Skinny Man's voice. So she's come into the room and turned around and looked at the TV and said, "Oh, I thought he was a black man." Do you know why he's like that? If you know who Skinny Man is, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Skinny Man grew up in a place called Chapeltown, and that's basically like an extension of Jamaica, apparently. Yeah, he grew up around a lot of black people and that. So he's taken on the black culture. Community's got nothing to do with the skin color in it. It's about your ideology, who you hang around with. You're the sum of the 5 people you hang around with, and that. I promise you, if someone is a lawyer or a banker, they don't have friends who's a crackhead. I promise you, if someone is a drug dealer, they don't have friends who are homeless. If someone is a crackhead, more than likely they will have friends who's homeless. If someone is a drug dealer, more than likely they have friends who is fraudsters. If someone is a banker or lawyer, I promise you, they got friends who are doctors and high-flying accountants and whatnot. Yeah, you are who you hang around with and that, and you hang around with people who you have the same sort of beliefs and that. Most people who are strong practicing Christians and that, for the most part, their friends are going to be Christians. Most people who are strong practicing Muslims and that, most of their friends are going to be Muslims. Yeah? It's not a coincidence. You hang around with people who are got the same sort of mindset as you. And a lot of friendships, especially when, let's say like the elections are coming up and that, and you know, it could go either way between like Conservative and Labour. A lot of friendships dissolve, you know, because the mindset is different. I fell out with people over this Black Lives Matter nonsense. I remember I was released a video talking against Black Lives Matter because I don't, under no circumstances, support Black Lives Matter. And one of my friends got so upset, like some little gyal, over the video, yeah, that I released talking about Black Lives Matter a few years ago during COVID lockdown. He left this fat scroll of a comment. And I saw the comment and I thought, why is my man, like, he said, "Oh, I'm disappointed in you, whatever, in it." And I think to myself, fam, you got my number. But anyway, it was so obvious and so significant in that one chick that I know must have texted me like, "Yo, what going for your subscriber?" Yeah, and that video was like a week old. So other videos have been released in that time. But I knew exactly what she was talking about. I was like, you know, that ain't a subscriber, you know, that's actually my friend, you know. My girl, me and her was talking about it 2 weeks afterwards, after that video got dropped and the comment got left underneath that video. I must have mentioned something about a comment or something. And my girl said, "I know exactly which one you're talking about." I was like, "You know, that's my friend." I dropped him out. I dropped him out. But you've got my phone number. If you got a problem with something I said in one of my fucking videos, hit me up, text me, yeah? You don't need to be publicly displaying your emotions on the internet. You've got my phone number for a reason. If you don't like what I say in a fucking video, then hit me up. So I dropped him out. I know the man for 7 years. I dropped him out. I ain't got time for this. When your mindset and your ideology changes, your community will change. I'm not hanging around. Right, perfect prime example, yeah? There's guys that I used to hang around with when I was on the streets and that. But I ain't got time to be on road. I'm not doing this, doing that. I ain't riding out no more. So therefore, I've had to change my community because my ideology has changed. I still hang around with black people, still talk to black people. But the black people I talk to are not on the road no more like that. Community and ideology is a serious thing. And a lot of people will fall out because they've got different beliefs and that. Even when they was bringing over the Ukrainian refugees, I knew that potentially there will be trouble when these Ukrainian people come to move into the English people's houses and that. Because although they're both white, their ideologies and the way of living is going to be different. I could tell and I could promise you that there would be certain issues that would flare up due to even like cleanliness and that. And don't get twisted, Eastern European people, they're fucking clean, yeah? When I'm on this contract and that, if I go to a Polish or Lithuanian person's house, I promise you it's going to be a lot cleaner than a British person's house. But I knew there would be certain issues in that due to different cultures. But unfortunately, I've got to go now because I only got 2 seconds.